Hello, I'm Peter Bergman. This is my official YouTube channel. I'll be updating you with the latest news, so please subscribe to my channel.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is an absolutely beautiful day to dissect some primetime drama, so grab your favorite drink and let's get right into the thick of it. Well, whatever happens, happens, right, everyone? Because I am literally vibrating out of my skin and my coffee is ice cold. I am fully prepared to be canceled for this, but I literally have to say it. The writers have just shattered my entire reality, and I am dead-ass staring at my screen like it is an alien artifact. Someone check my pulse because I am actually spiraling. You guys, we need to talk about the Newman Ranch. We need to talk about Victor. And we desperately, urgently need to talk about Matt and this completely insane leaked blood test. Look, I have been watching this show since I was practically in the womb, and I have seen Victor Newman pull some absolutely diabolical supervillain level stunts in his time. But this is next level. Basically, Victor has been keeping Matt at the ranch, right? And we all saw the scenes where Matt is practically begging for a shower. He just wants to wash off the grime, and Victor, in his infinite, terrifying wisdom, finally allows it. He even provides a fresh change of clothes. And we were all sitting there thinking, okay, Victor is just playing mind games. He is doing the classic Newman psychological breakdown where he strips you of your dignity and then hands it back to you in a neatly folded pile of fresh laundry. But no! Wait, is it just me, or did anyone else completely miss the glaring neon sign flashing above this entire scenario? The shower wasn't just about hygiene. The clothes weren't about hospitality. It was about DNA. It was about getting a clean, uncontaminated biological sample. No cap. Victor is a certified mad genius, and I am simultaneously terrified and obsessed. Seriously, the sheer audacity of this man. Nick comes storming into the ranch, right? Nick is already on edge because Victor just handed Chancellor over to Lily Winters. Which, side note, Lily is absolutely thriving and giving the keys to Kane Ashby, but that is a whole nother corporate mess. Nick is furious because he knows this Chancellor move is going to completely devastate Nikki. Nick is playing the protective son, looking at Victor like he has lost his mind, and then he sees Matt. Nick is demanding answers. He wants to know what Victor is doing with this guy. And Victor, cool as a cucumber, just smirks and says he is putting Matt through a serious test of sincerity. If Matt fails, Victor will crush him, period. But the test wasn't just a simple interrogation, you guys. The test was a blood test. Anyway, this is where my brain completely shorts out. Like, I am sitting here trying to process the timeline and the sheer logistical nightmare of what just dropped. The blood test results leak. I don't know who leaked them. I don't know how they bypassed Victor's legendary security detail, but the data is out there and Victor sees it. Victor looks at the medical file, expecting to find leverage, expecting to find some dark, twisted secret he can use to turn Matt into his personal puppet. And instead, the universe decides to drop the mother of all nuclear bombs directly onto the Newman Patriarch's desk. The blood test proves without a shadow of a single solitary doubt that Matt is Nikki Newman's long-lost son. I just can't. My brain is literally freezing on this concept, like I am trying to load a web page on dial-up internet and the screen is just stuck on Nikki's face. How, when, why? Sorry, I'm getting a bit off track. The sheer emotional weight of this is crushing me. Okay, anyway, let's get back to the point. Nikki Newman, the matriarch, the absolute queen of Genoa City. She has been through hell and back, and right now she is already facing the emotional fallout of Victor giving her beloved Chancellor to Lily. Nick was literally just warning Victor about this. Nick was standing in that very room advocating for his mother's fragile emotional state, completely unaware that his father is holding Nikki's biological son hostage in the guest wing. The dramatic irony is so thick you could cut it with a chainsaw. Deadass, this is Shakespearean tragedy disguised as daytime television. Look, let's talk about Matt for a second. The poor guy steps out of that shower, puts on his fresh clothes, and tells Victor he feels like a new man. A new man. The writers are low-key flexing on us with that dialogue because he has no idea how right he is. He isn't just a new man, he is a new man. Well, biologically speaking, he is Nikki's blood, which thrusts him directly into the most chaotic, power-hungry, emotionally volatile family dynasty on the face of the planet. Matt thinks his biggest problem is passing Victor's little sincerity test so he doesn't get crushed. He thinks he is just a pawn in some corporate mafia game. He has absolutely no clue that the woman who lives in the main house, the woman who probably picks out the very towels he just used, is the mother he never knew. Seriously, the psychological warfare here is unparalleled. Victor now holds the ultimate secret. He holds the key to his wife's past, a piece of her soul that has been missing for decades. And what is Victor going to do with this information? Is he going to run to Nikki with open arms and reunite her with her long-lost child? Please, this is Victor Newman we are talking about. He is going to weaponize this. He is going to use Matt's DNA as a chess piece. He is going to calculate exactly how and when to deploy this information for maximum control over Nikki, over Nick, and over the entire Newman empire. No cap. Victor is probably already drafting a 50-page non-disclosure agreement and a trust fund contract. Wait, is it just me, or is Nick going to actually commit patricide when he finds out? Nick has spent his entire adult life trying to protect his mother from Victor's machinations. Nick was just complaining about the Chancellor deal hurting Nikki. Imagine the absolute volcanic eruption that is going to happen when Nick discovers that his father knew Matt was his half-brother and kept him locked up like a stray dog being trained for a circus act. Nick is going to lose his absolute mind. The brotherly dynamic between Nick, Adam, and now Matt. The Newman Thanksgiving dinner table is going to require a UN peacekeeping force, period. Basically, every single storyline is converging into this massive, inescapable black hole of trauma and motherhood. Look at the absolute poetry of what is happening across town. You have Phyllis Summers literally spiraling at society because her son, Daniel, just brutally rejected her. Daniel is looking at Phyllis, refusing to forgive her, calling out her victim complex because she was forced out of Newman Enterprises. Sharon is literally chasing Phyllis down to a coffee shop to tell her not to give up, to fight for control, because Sharon knows what it is like to be an outcast. We are seeing a mother actively losing her son on one side of town, while on the other side, Nikki is about to gain a son she never knew existed. The duality of motherhood in Genoa City right now is dead-ass giving me chills. The writers are weaving these parallel narratives of maternal grief and discovery, and it is hitting so hard. And then you have the younger generation just completely oblivious to the legendary chaos brewing. Noah is hyping up the grand reopening of the Shadow Room. Audra Charles is out here showing rare vulnerability over Malcolm being discharged from the hospital, getting all triggered by her past trauma with Amy Lewis, but then immediately pivoting to plot her grand entrance at Noah's Club just to stir up drama with Sienna Bacall. Holden is practically begging Audra not to be messy, but she can't help herself. And I am sitting here screaming at my screen, Audra, your little nightclub drama is literally nothing compared to the legacy-shattering blood test currently sitting on Victor Newman's desk. Look, I am fully aware that I am rambling right now, but I need you all to understand the gravity of this situation. We are witnessing the rewriting of Genoa City history. Nikki Newman's past has always been a tapestry of pain, resilience, and survival. She has fought her way from the bottom to the very top, and she has sacrificed pieces of herself along the way. To introduce a long-lost son now, at a time when she is feeling professionally vulnerable and emotionally exposed, is a masterstroke of narrative cruelty, and I am absolutely eating it up. I mean, think about the moment Nikki actually meets Matt. Think about the eye contact. Think about the instinctual maternal pull that she might feel without even knowing why. She might see him in the living room, this stranger her husband is practically holding hostage, and she might feel a strange sense of empathy, and Victor will be standing there watching them, analyzing their interaction like a scientist observing lab rats in a maze. It is sick, it is twisted, it is brilliant. Anyway, I am pacing my room at this point. The screen is glowing, my coffee is cold, and I am purging every ounce of love and loathing for this show before I even think about hitting the pillow. The writers have outdone themselves. They have taken a seemingly standard hostage plot and turned it into a generational trauma nuke. I don't know how I am supposed to sleep tonight. I don't know how any of us are supposed to function until the next episode drops. Seriously, if Matt's blood test results were leaked, who has the copy? Who else knows? Did someone in the lab realize what they were looking at? Did Adam intercept the file? Did Victoria get a ping on her phone? The leak itself is a massive breach of Victor's power, which means someone out there is playing a very dangerous game with the mustache. Whoever leaked that blood test is basically signing their own death warrant, but they have also ignited a fire that is going to burn the Newman Ranch to the ground. Look, I need to wrap this up before my heart actually gives out, but I need you all to flood the comments. Tell me I am not crazy. Tell me you are seeing this absolute insanity right now. We are in for the ride of our lives, and I am dead ass never going to recover from this. Stay tuned, because the fallout from this blood test is going to change everything, period.
Thank you for watching my video. I will be updating regularly with the latest news, so please remember to subscribe to my channel to support me.